Theodicy, the vindication of God, or in other terms, the justification for the goodness of God with the presence of evil in the world. It's a 50-cent term. Yeah, it's a very expensive term for this idea of, if God is good and all-knowing and all-powerful, then why does he allow evil in the world? Now, I've heard a lot of preachers preach about this, and truthfully, they've done a really terrible job, because really they go right back into the problem without offering the real resolution, sometimes because of whatever various theology they are beholden to. So let's go down that rabbit hole this morning. What if God did not allow evil of any kind? Now, for the sake of this experiment, we have to assume that that means we were allowed to have evil thoughts. Because if we are not allowed to have evil thoughts, then we would all be robots. There would be no evil in theory, but neither would we have anything to offer to each other, and really God would have just made us a bunch of robots. But let's go ahead and imagine that God just struck people with lightning the moment they had any kind of an evil action. See, because if it was for an evil thought, then we wouldn't even have any kind of free will whatsoever. We wouldn't be capable of love, and that's really where this is going. But the bottom line is that in such a scenario, right, well, then people wouldn't be good, or they wouldn't be evil either. There could not be evil or good in such a scenario. But rather, if God stopped every evil in the world, he said, oh, that was an evil, bam, strike it with lightning, right? Well, that wouldn't be just like secret knowledge. Everybody would know that there's this really wrathful, angry God upstairs who clearly will not tolerate any form of evil whatsoever. He will kill anybody who so much as does anything evil. Well, in that scenario, again, there would be no good conduct nor evil conduct. But rather, we would live in fear of God. We would just be afraid to so much as do anything that was wrong. And people who think this forget that you've done things that were wrong. An alarm just went off. You've done things which were wrong. I've done things which were wrong. If people think if God stopped everybody from doing anything evil by zapping them with lightning, then the only reasonable response is that I would be dead. You would be dead. And if you think other than that, then you are a narcissist, because we are not perfect. Even when we try to do good, we end up making mistakes. So we need to tearfully ask God for forgiveness. But again, in such a reality where God zapped people with lightning, forgiveness would not be possible. Reconciliation would not be possible, because we would be dead. God would have seen us do any evil thing, and just boom, there it is right there. Just lightning from heaven on everybody who does any evil thing. What does the Bible say about theodicy? What did Jesus have to say about theodicy? Well, turn in your Bibles to Luke chapter 18, and let's have a look at that exactly. This is the parable of the unjust judge. Luke 18, verse 1. And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint, saying, there was in a city a judge, which feared not God, neither regarded man. And there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, avenge me of mine adversary. And he would not for a while. But afterward he said within himself, though I fear not God, nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith. And shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them, though he have patience with their own failures? That's what he's saying here. Verse 8, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? So you see, from Jesus's perspective, he's taking the case of Theodicy and flipping it on its head, or better yet, putting it on your head. Because as Thomas Jefferson beautifully said, evil triumphs because good men do nothing. So atheists say, what is God doing about the evil in the world? Well, that's why you're here. That's why you're here. That's why he's placed that passion in you. He wants you to do something about it. He wants me to do something about it. But moreover, Jesus is not here being cryptic. He is saying that God, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, and he is saying that God will have vengeance on people if we cry out to him for justice. Yes, God will take his vengeance. God will bring about justice that the world cannot replicate. And isn't that a message that we all need to hear today? The ancient church father, Clement of Rome, who's mentioned in the Bible, in the book of Philippians 4, Clement, my beloved fellow co-worker, whose name is written in the book of life, he said, free choice is given because the one who is made good out of necessity is not really good. But the one who is made good by his choice is really good. We must choose the good, even when it's hard. We must choose God, even when we're struggling and we're struggling to see God's hand in something. We must choose Jesus. We must choose life. Because if we didn't have that choice, we would either be robots or we would be dead. So God bless you. I hope this message finds you well today. And I'll be here in the comments for some arguments that I already foresee. And I'm already well prepared for them. God bless you all no matter what.